Kupos, what's up? Finally here today, Final Fantasy Talk. And today we're gonna talk about some more Final Fantasy 7. Of course we're talking about more Final. Bro, you're coming here for Final Fantasy 7. That's just it. That's just it right now. You're just coming here for FF7. But today, what we're gonna talk about is go over the overall what happened with Final Fantasy 7. And we got some huge news just yesterday about this freaking game. So we're gonna go over there's an interview with two Square Enix directors and developers, actually, sorry, and they were talking about the battle system. They were talking about the multi-part episodes of the game as well, and more. So today, let's read this article, Kupos, and then we'll go over it and everything. So the idea that a remake of the Final Fantasy 7 would not fit into a single release was there from the very beginning. We still can't share more information about its multiple parts, but please look forward to future announcements. If we are dedicated our time to a single release, parts of it would be summarized. We have to cut some parts, and additional parts would come in view. So rather than remake the game as a full volume, we decided to do multiple parts. As you can see in the trailer, we showed Sector 1 and Sector 8, but in those areas alone, I think you can see a lot of destiny. When you're remaking the entirety of the original version in that quality, it's not possible to fit it all in one release. And once they did say this, and once I read it, it does make a lot of sense. Like, there in Final Fantasy 7, just the original game, there's just so much shit around that, of course, updating it to these graphics right now, it's going to take a lot of working and a lot of just everything into the game. So let's talk about the battle system real quick. Rather than a combat-based battle system where you encounter an enemy, we're aiming for a seamless active battle, as you can see in the trailer. Regarding the battle speed and tempo, for the sake of stress-free battle, we want to do something on the level of the Cydia Final Fantasy. As far as the degree of action go, it's the Cydia Final Fantasy, then Kingdom Hearts, then Final Fantasy 7 Remake. There won't be any actions that require a tactic. By using the new system, we want to do action battles while also being able to fight while thinking strategy. What about the elements of the original Final Fantasy system? In the end, it's based on Final Fantasy 7, so elements like the ATB gauge and limit breaks will appear with new ways to be used. Please look forward to how this game will evolve through the remake. So there is a ATB gauge, by the way, so just so you Kupos know that they're saying that there wasn't or was not, there is a ATB gauge. And then the last question is, will the story be adjusted at all? In addition to into these episodes more deeply, we are preparing a number of episodes and working on this. To those who have played the original version, will know the important parts and understand the story from beginning to end. And also, these people, I hope they can be surprised once again. I don't want the remake to end up as something, neurotic. I want to get the fans of the original version excited. We'll be making adjustments to the story with this feeling in mind. So really, okay. So let's go over the first part. Okay, the first part was the multiple episodes for FF7. So basically what they're saying is that FF7 remaking it, as you see in the trailer and everything, just in Sector 1 and 8, you can see that there's so much design and stuff around and just so much to show that in the original Final Fantasy 7, of course you're trying to show that not in blocks and small pieces. This is next generation PS4 we're talking about, and of course they're going to show every little bit in a 3D version of development, and that's huge. That's a lot, and it takes a lot in the game, and it's a lot of data, a lot of storage, and of course, I totally do understand why they would put it in parts. So that's basically for that section of that. How will the battle system work? Now, like they said, they're aiming for something like Dissidia, then Kingdom Hearts, then the Final 57 remake. So basically, Dissidia, action, you're moving like so fast across the freaking damn map. Basically, you're not like freaking flying and stuff, but you're moving really fast. Then Kingdom Hearts with the kind of attack, magic, summon, items, and then it will have its own touch to the Final 57 remake, but there won't be any actions that require techniques. By using the new system, we want to do action battles while being able to fight tactic as well. And then basically about the original battle system from Final 57, there will be elements like the ATB gauge and limit breaks. So there is the ATB gauge, it is there, it will be used, and the limit breaks as well. So there is an ATB gauge, they confirmed it, just saying. I'm just saying. And then the last of all, the story, what they're trying to do, because they're remaking this into such a 3D, just it's basically just like Final 15. Like if you look at it, it's not exactly, but from a Final Fantasy game that was blocked and everything into a Final Fantasy 15 game, that's a lot of damn work. And then also working on the story and everything as well, and then also changing up the story as well, trying to make it a more sense as well, because the ending of Final 57 did not really make too much sense as well. So they're gonna be fixing parts of the stories or whatever, but the important ones, the important roles and parts and everything that we know in FF7 we'll be able to recognize, and at the same time they want to surprise us, and that's what they said way before, that there will be story changes and additional story changes into this remake, and that's what they're doing, adding additional scenes, new cutscenes, new maybe a new place, they could do anything. So basically that's the summit of that whole on trailer. I'm pretty sure this will be my last video on this topic of Final 57 remake for now, unless there's another huge news article or trailer or anything or interview that comes up. But anyway, Kupos, you let me know in the comments below what you think about this. I think it's pretty freaking awesome. I think it's great that they're changing the game. I think it's awesome that the way the battle system is. I totally understand the multiple episodes now, because it is going to be huge. It is going to take a lot of time as well. And also I saw this comment that we get episode 1, and that means we're getting a part of it sooner, and that's awesome too. So, and the elements of the original, there's gonna be like they said, they're gonna keep the promise that there's gonna be elements from the original Final 57 game that we know. So anyway, Kupos, let me know in the comments below what you think. And yeah, so anyway, Kupos, hope you enjoyed. I'm Final, and I'm out. Kupo, see ya.